Rivers to Ridges is a collaborative effort of public, private, and nonprofit organizations, and our basic premise is that conservation brings economic development to communities, and I'll say that more than once. Rivers to Ridges has 55 sites in northwest Illinois, and we're in the driftless region. We're the top of the state, and it's appropriate that we begin this presentation today. We have Joe Davis, Carroll, and Whiteside County. We're mainly a rural area. We have about 22,000 in Joe Davis County. But our amazing asset that we have up there is Galena, because it brings about the second most highly visited tourist destination in Illinois. And so we capitalize on that. And we conducted a survey in 2007 with a consultant. They did a great job on this for Rivers to Ridges. This is kind of our Bible that we used because we wanted to learn more about our visitors and why they were coming to Northwest Illinois and how we could tie it into the outdoors. And there's Eric in his car because he gets to Galena every year. I don't think he's wearing a suit, but we found that they're mainly couples and they visit about once a year, like Eric from Canton, Illinois. And we wondered how we could get them there more often. We know they shop and they eat, all right, but we found that only a quarter of the people went outdoors. But 84% wanted to get outside. So here's the problem. We had people that didn't know where they would go and what they would do when they got there. So Rivers to Ridges, here we are. We have the resources and we need to enable people to get outdoors and get the message out. And this has ramifications for this whole room. For the visitors that were coming to our part of the state, they took an average of 4 vacations a year. Of that, half, or 2.1, were taken in Illinois. That is very important in this economic times. That means they're staying closer to home. So we wanted to capitalize on that. We wanted to create an outdoor recreation system so that people would stay in our heads in beds. They would stay in our area longer, and they would visit our sites. And we could only do this by promoting partnerships, and that's what Rivers to Ridges is all about. And look at this, from the National Park Service to the City of Galena. So it was one of collaboration, working together to do this land, providing economic development to these different organizations and communities, and then you got to market the thing. And that's what that was a component that we had. One thing we were able to do was to package a tourism attraction proposal to add public amenities to about 42 of our sites, things like parking lots and restrooms. But I represent a smaller site, but I appreciated the fact. You do that while I'm going. I appreciated the fact that the city of Galena was able to find that matching money that was needed. So it's amplification, and so we were able to capture our grant as a result. So that's how collaboration could really pay off. Then we have our sites. This is a favorite one of mine, Casper Bluff, and this was in this. We had every site was we had information about it, and this is on our website, and it talked about the amenities and how ready it was from tourism. So that's a newer site, and then we have Mississippi Palisades State Park, beautiful place. It's a mature place that's been around. They know what they're about. They're really a lot of green up there in terms of tourist ready. But it's great to have the new sites and these developed mature sites working together to get the job done, to get people outdoors. So, of course, we're going on the web and with websites, which is Rivers to Ridges, and we got to get this word out. And here is Sandy Helgerson from the Joe Davis Conservation Foundation. And she had a group of us that would go speak to civic groups and talk about this Rivers to Ridges, how to get outdoors, the relevance of how that's important to economic development. And, billboards, get outdoors, things like that to create awareness among stakeholders and also with the visitors coming. And, not only do we need that, but we need wayfinding. And we needed this last night getting to this place, all right? So you need to do the brown signs and blue signs so that people can find your different sites, and then following on, once they get to your particular sites, then you need interpretive signage. And so this is a Wapello, just south of Hanover, and you can see our logo, Rivers to Ridges, and also the providing information for the visitors. And just to show that we're hip and that we are up with the times, you need to get to things like QR codes. So get your cell phones ready. All right, click on that for those of you that have apps. That'll take you to the Rivers to Ridges website. So we want to move in that direction so that when people get to the sites or find their way, that they can use their technology, which people are bringing now, to learn more about the sites. So the Joe Davis Conservation Foundation, they're the coordinator of this, and they're a public land trust. They were able to get all this started with some funding sources like the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. They had a family foundation that put in some dollars, and then Grand Victoria Foundation, we went to recognize, they followed on with public engagement dollars. So that helped get this ball going. And we want to tell the story. We got the land and waterways in Northwest Illinois, and we're blessed with some beautiful scenery. But you can do that wherever you are in your state to collaborate and work together to get the job done, because we have challenging economic times. But remember that land conservation brings economic development to communities. So we all want to do this, but get people outdoors and show them how to do it, including Eric. Thank you.